think we can go to down a whole nother rabbit hole with that conversation about, almost providing a cultural diagnosis on Chris Colbert. I won't do that, but I'll agree with your sentiment. And, ultimately just taking it back to the streets, it's all cap. Again, he's trying to deflect and say, well, and be the victim and say, well, I was just expressing my opinion. Yeah, everybody has an opinion. You can express your opinion. It was the way in which he expressed his opinion that he got in trouble with. There are people who think Tyson Fury is a better boxer. Hell, I think Tyson Fury is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder.
I agree.
But I support Deontay Wilder, and I'm reasonable enough to understand that there's a path to victory for Deontay Wilder, and I'm hoping he finds that path. Why am I supporting Deontay Wilder? I'm supporting Deontay Wilder because he is a black man. If you look at on the screen, you can see that I am a black man. Me supporting Deontay Wilder doesn't mean I'm against Tyson Fury. See, Chris Colbert doesn't understand what racism means. Racism is different from being discriminatory. All people can be discriminatory. Only white people in America can be racist. The difference between being discriminatory and racist is racism implies power. It means there's something you can actually do about you being discriminatory towards another person. So if Chris Colbert wants an education in American history, really quickly, look at the Constitution, look at the amendments. Is there any amendment that's righting a wrong or granting a right or a privilege for a white man anywhere in the Constitution? No, there isn't. It doesn't say, well, Brown versus Board of Education wasn't to give equal education rights to white people. They had the superior education and we had the inferior education due to segregation. And to go on top of that, separate but not equal, because the government controlled the resources and the government specifically denied resources to a certain group of people in order to keep them down. I know Chris Colbert has Dominican roots, and I am going to go here. If Chris Colbert doesn't understand who his people are, Chris Colbert needs to understand we're all the same people. For what it's worth, the first slave ship did not come to the United States of America. It was on Dominican Republic by the Spaniards. Dominican Republic was the first settlement, right? It's the oldest. So Chris Colbert needs to understand that his lineage goes way back to the very beginning of our people's plight in this hemisphere. For what it's worth, we were already over here. I'm talking about the ones who were enslaved, and I don't want to get into all the other history lesson with that. But what Chris has to understand is we can disagree about something. We can have opinions about things, but I'm not going to disrespect another black person, let alone honestly another human being, just because I have a different opinion. And he just came across being extremely spicy, and he came across being very motivated with his opinion against, say, like an Errol Spence who's fighting a Manny Pacquiao who happens to be Filipino, and against a Deontay Wilder who's a black man who happens to be fighting against a white man named Tyson Fury. So that's where the backlash is coming from. So he can't say it's about an opinion. There are people I know who support Deontay Wilder but still think Tyson Fury is going to win, but they don't have to be disrespectful towards Deontay Wilder. They don't have to call him a sucker. There are people who think Manny Pacquiao has a good chance to beat Errol Spence, but they don't have to sit up here and cap and lie about boxing and say, well, because the guy's flat-footed, he can't win a fight. That's a damn lie. So, and if he's flat-footed, why did he outbox Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia was supposed to be a top boxer.
Facts. And it's not really that he's flat-footed. The brother just believes in keeping his balance and staying on point. I forgot what the term is, but
yeah. What I want to ask Chris Colbert is, when Manny Pacquiao fought Marquez, fought Morales, I have a question. Have you ever seen Errol Spence down on the canvas? Have you ever seen Manny Pacquiao down on the canvas?
A couple of times.
So I've seen several. And so when Manny Pacquiao's been knocked out, he's been jumping in, he's been off balance. He's never been flat-footed. He's never been well-balanced when he got knocked out or knocked down. Errol Spence has been hit with some shots. Got hit with some good shots against Kell Brook. Got hit with some shots against Porter. He got hit with some shots against Danny Garcia. He's been hitting shots every fight he's pretty much been in. You know why he's never looked like he's been in trouble about to go down? Because of that flat-footed feature that you're talking about in his game.